All right, everybody. We're back live in the studio. It's 88.3 FM, Bellingham, Washington, KMRE. Today we are live. It is Pledge Drive 2024, our first annual Pledge Drive. So we'd love to hear our phones ringing. The phone number, if you'd like to pledge your support, is 360-398-6150. You can pay with a credit or debit card or ACH. You can also go online to KMRE.org. We've still got some matching funds out there, and we'd love to see those get matched by our wonderful listeners. So thank you so much. We also have a great selection of donation gifts from our amazing local merchants. If you do donate sometime over this weekend, we'll put your name into the prize bin for one of those gifts. We're doing a series of interviews with community members this weekend as well. And right now, I've got Mark Stremler from the Whatcom County Council here in the studio. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you today. And you were just telling a story in the main room here at the station about your kind of experience maybe growing up in the county and with radio. Can you kind of retell that story? I didn't catch all of it.
Yeah, well, while we were waiting, we were just talking and just the stories started flying. So I was born and raised here in Whatcom County. I've lived here my entire life, and I was elected to county council last fall. So pretty excited about that. I represent District 4, which is kind of the Linden Central area of the county, you would say. But as far as reaching way back, this is probably 50 years ago when I was a kid. I grew up on a dairy farm up in Linden, and I loved living on the farm. And I started, taking a big interest in the calves and the cows and everything. And my first calf that I started to raise kind of on my own, I named it after a radio station, which came out of Vancouver, BC. It was an AM station. It was called C-Fun. So if there's anybody out there who remembers C-Fun right now, you're probably about my age. So
that's great. It was an AM radio station.
AM, I believe it was 1400, but I might not be exact on that.
Wow. Yeah. That is really cool. I can actually also remember listening to some AM radio in Montana. So this is some good stuff, Mark. Thank you so much. I've got a few questions for you, Mark. Yeah. So can you tell us what work are you excited about these days that you're doing that's positive in the community?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the one big project that I'm excited about, and I believe Whatcom County is, last fall, the voters decided to pass the new jail facility, which kind of been a long time coming. Yeah, and it's something very needed in this county. The current one is just old and falling apart. And so that's underway, the initial steps towards getting that built. It's probably one of the biggest undertakings the county has had in, well, maybe its history. Wow. So a lot of work going into that, but I'm excited about it. A lot of great stakeholders being a part of that process. So that's one thing. The other thing I would say is every 10 years, the county does it's called a comprehensive plan, which has a lot to do with housing, and that comes up next year. And so we're just kind of getting rolling on that. And that helps the different cities and the county with some of the population projections that are happening. It kind of decides like all the municipalities kind of got to take their share and figure out how to get that done.
Yeah, and we live in one of the fastest growing counties in the state, if not the region, I think. Is that correct?
I don't know about the statewide, but it is growing, and which is good, right? We love to see that. It's a great place to be. We just got to figure out how to do that responsibly and get all kinds, different kind of housing for what different how people live, and
that's right.
Make room for them.
That's right. I think it's one of the most talked about points these days. That's for sure. Mark, why is community important to you?
Yeah, well, this community is it's pretty special to me, being that I've lived here my whole life. And one of the things that I've seen, in this community is when there's something, let's say, a little more negative going on, whether that's a flood or it's just some kind of issue, people come together and they join in and they're part of the solution. And I saw that with the flood of 21, which was impacted a lot of people, and I witnessed people coming together, being a community, helping those in need when the need is there. So community is just it's a huge thing that we can be thankful for here, and I just encourage everybody to, I guess, get a little bit more involved, whether that is, volunteering your time somewhere, or kind of like the world that I'm in now with government. People, it's important to pay attention to what's going on, and community is, government is part of that. Sometimes we can try to throw government under the bus, but it is part of the picture. And I don't know about anybody else out there, but sometimes I'd sit at home at night and, complain about, what's happening in Washington, D.C., or what's happening in Olympia, or even right here. And I encourage people to stay in tune a little bit more what's going on, come to a council meeting, or
that's right.
It's important.
They can participate that way. You're right.
Absolutely.
You're right. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's our last question. So why is community radio important to Bellingham and Whatcom County, do you think?
Well, I love local, whatever it is, whether that's local restaurants or local radio, or whatever. I think anytime we maybe tune into the news, a lot of times news, let's just say for an example, can be kind of a negative. A lot of the stories, they're not always bringing out the positive. If you turn into national or maybe state kind of news things, those things do affect us. But there's a lot going on in this county right now, and the more people hear about it, the more they know where they can go and be involved and learn and contribute. I'm a firm believer that everybody can contribute something, whether that is time or that's resources. It takes, what's the old saying? It takes a village.
It takes a village.
It does. and the more people we got, working together, I feel the better outcome we can have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's Mark Stremler from the Whatcom County Council. Thank you so much for coming down to talk to us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. I need to also thank, at this time, program support from Lewis Auto Glass. So Lewis Auto Glass is a trusted name in Bellingham, known for its dedication to quality and reliability in auto glass services. Whether it's a chip repair or a full windshield replacement, their expert technicians ensure a seamless experience with top-notch craftsmanship and attention to detail. With a commitment to customer satisfaction and competitive pricing, Lewis Auto Glass is the go-to destination for drivers seeking clarity and safety on the road. You can tell some of us have been here all day long, so thanks for your patience, everybody. Hey, it's Pledge Drive 2024 at KMRE. The number is 360-398-6150, kmre.org. We'd love to hear your support. Thanks for listening.